Welcome to Overalls and Alibis, true crime and mysteries with a touch of country charm. Grab a rocking chair and listen closely, 'cause you'll never hear us repeating gossip. So you better listen close the first time. I'm not hearing the music. Why am I not hearing the music? There we go. Got some background music now. Bum, bum, bum. Hey guys, I did not have this stream planned. Nothing planned to do. Just a little time, just right before noon. Thought I would come hang out. And the dogs are making all kind of racket. What are they doing? Oh, Emma Lou's sneezing. Sorry about that. All 8 dogs are crowded around me in this room, all around my chair. So hopefully they'll be quiet. I just, I have worked the last 4 days straight. Did I tell you I hate my job? I hate my job. Oh, I'm too old to be working like that. But okay, 4 days straight, so absolutely exhausted. So I have been really out of the loop on all the cases that we talk about and follow. So I'm going to be checking them out. So I thought, well, I will just get on here and help you go with you guys, take you with me. My brain is starting. Where is my Scooby Doo? Why is it? Okay. I got to figure out why I lost my Scooby Doo here. There we go. There is my Scooby Doo. I like having my Scooby Doo playing. Okay, and I think I got it set to loop. So we're going to let that play while we go. I'm going to open some tabs here and find out what has been going on um, in the cases that we cover. And if you're joining me on Saturday night for the prayer vigil, I'm gonna have to change it up. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because I had specific scriptures that I read that I thought were the most fitting for praying for missing people. And so I would read the scripture and then say prayers. And so that part, I was going to use that part every week and, you know, choose 3 different missing person cases and do the prayers and scriptures for them. But someone told me that if I use the same scripture reading and the same prayers, then it's reused content, or there's another word they used. So now I'm scared to do that. And like I said, I tried to use scripture that was the most, I guess, not effective, but most targeted toward the subject of missing people. So it's not like you could just read anything to change it up. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I wonder, even if I do the same scripture and prayers, if I do them live and not recorded, would that still be a problem? If y'all know, let me know, because I want to keep praying, having these visuals for missing children, but I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend for that. But let's see what is going on in the world of true crime. Let me find some of the cases. Let's see on Google News. Let's talk about all this other crazy stuff. Okay. Buried. What case is that? What case is this in Detroit that they're talking about digging up? What is that? Orange County deputies find human remains in a park. Um, and Virginia Beach police are looking for a missing 17-year-old girl. Family of Alexander Harris pleading with people to come forward with information on his missing person case. There are so many. So many. It's it's just scary. I don't know what is going on with the world today when there are so many missing people. And a lot of these, you don't hear anything on mainstream media about it. They just one or two might get high profile, but the rest just go untalked about. That's why I don't want to stop doing the Saturday prayer vigil and doing the shorts where I spotlight the ones we're going to pray for. But like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do about this whole reused content thing, or it's like redundant or something. There's a term that somebody else used and I don't remember. But let's find the case. Some of the cases we've been following. Is there any updates? I did see where if you follow in the Maddie Soto case in Florida, this precious little girl who was murdered, I think we can say that on YouTube, who was unalived by Stephen Stern and also abused for years since she was about 8 years old, I think, and she had just turned 13, I believe, when she was unalived. I've been following that case on a couple of channels, especially Gavin Fish, that channel, and he was talking about that there's a woman trying to become a pen pal with this horrible monster. I don't understand people. I just really don't understand people. Why would they do that? Oh crap! I did not real. Oh, okay. I accidentally went to my channel on the other, and it was doubling the sound. So, and I also forgot to change the title. Ugh. I forget that you have to change the title before you go live. That it keeps the last one, I guess. And I'm not even talking about the judge and sheriff case. Sorry. Like I said, I'm just hanging out here today, kind of really just trying to recuperate from the 4 days of work. I need another job. I need to tell me what can old ladies do. I'm not in a position to retire yet, but nobody wants to hire somebody as old as me. At least not for something I can physically do. Just frustrating. What do you guys? If anybody, any over 50 ladies, or closer to 60 ladies, what are you doing? What do you do for work? I'm not opposed to getting more training if I knew what to get training in. Because unfortunately, the training I have and education I have, my associate's degree and all my work experience is in electrical maintenance in manufacturing. And the problem is I can't physically do that anymore. I'm an old lady now. I'm a mom, grandmom, great grandmom. I can't haul around big ladders and 8 foot light tubes and do all that stuff anymore. So it's frustrating. If anybody found themselves laid off and back in the job market, close to your 60s, what did you do? I would love to hear some comments because I'm kind of like stuck trying to figure out what to do next. So I need a roadmap. Okay, sorry, sidebar. But let's see what we can find out. Oh, here. Arctic Fox True Crime is a good channel for missing people as well. They have a shout out for 31-year-old Brett Gay. He was last seen on May 26, 2012. 2025 in St. Joseph, Missouri. So, if any information on that, definitely contact law enforcement. But that's one case I'm seeing. But there's other than I think back to the Stephen Stearns case and his pen pal. Um, there hasn't been, as far as I know, there hasn't been any more jail calls released. But there have been some emails, and Gavin Fish went over the emails in depth. And yeah, you know how they go, just like the calls. It's always with his parents, fill my commissary, give me more candy, give me more snacks, give me more coffee. It's just gimme, gimme, gimme. This month. It's unreal. No remorse, no acceptance, nothing. It's just if I gotta be in here, at least I want to be comfortable. So put some money in there. He try. Wow, just wow. But yeah, check that out if you want more details. And that was on. I think Grizzly True Crime covered it also, but I know Gavin Fish did. Now let's see. Let me go through and see what else is going on. I hate that I forgot to change the title. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do. I gotta remember to do that. Can-Am Missing Project, the Missing 411 with David Paulides, has got a new video out 5 days ago. So definitely check out his channel. He is spotlighting a 6-year-old German boy who disappeared on the beach. His footprints end at his clothes in a pile. So I haven't watched that yet, so I need to watch that and see what. I'm not sure how old that case is, but I need to watch that later. I'm so behind on everything. Okay, I'm trying to find some other cases. I did see with Michelle After Dark that Lily and Jack Sullivan's case is now a criminal investigation. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if y'all want to watch me scroll the screen. Could. Let me scroll the screen. Okay, let me. Oh, wait a minute. I got to figure out how to do it. Because I've got it turned on, but it's not showing. No, that's me. All right, I'm just going to have to keep clicking until I find where the screen share is. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, come on. It says it's turned on. Lord have mercy. That's not it. All right, so do I have to add a new? Oh, okay, I found it. It's down here. It's not in the scene yet. All right, so we're going to crop out all the extra junk and just get my screen. And you get to see the crazy stuff I follow on YouTube. Some crazy stuff I follow on YouTube. Okay. But you missed the Scooby. Alright, so let's see here. If I can make it any bigger. Can you see that? Okay. So we see here Lily and Jack Sullivan. This is now a criminal investigation. I need to watch that video. I haven't watched it yet. And if you're into crama, the drama of true crime, definitely check out Burnt Toast. Definitely a thumbs up for her because she will fill you in on calling out the crama vultures. Okay, now let's see. And I have a lot of. Let's see. Let me go to my feed here. All right. Well, I'm not seeing any more updates Oh, now this is interesting. The behavior panel is going to react to Jack and Sullivan's mom and stepdad. They did that 12 days ago. Why did that not show up in my feed? Oh, it's not the whole panel, it's just Greg. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to watch that. So, definitely going to have to watch that. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I don't think. I wonder if we watch a few minutes of it. Will I get in trouble for that?
This guy has a ton of red flags,
Yeah.
in my taste, and yours too.
Today I'm joined by someone I truly admire and am happy to call a friend. You probably know him from the Behavior Panel, but he's also written several books on body language and behavior, including this one I've got right here, How to Spot a Liar. Greg Hartley is here with me today to break down the behavior of Jackie and Lily's mom and stepdad. And
Okay, this is Sadie N. The Prime Minister of Behavior is her channel. And hopefully they won't strike me for showing just a little bit of this. I'm not going to show much because I don't want to get in trouble. So we're going to go to where he actually talks about some of it. We'll skip the... Okay. Let's see.
Or that cat brain, this is when the guys always joke around when I said I'm bringing a monkey to the dance. I work really hard to get people to this position where they can't think.
right.
And he is trying to figure the right words. And he says, dive in.
Dive into at this time.
Not only does he say that, his shoulders come up and he bounces a little bit when he says it. And it's out of place. Everything, go back and watch cadence, watch pronunciation, watch volume about dive. Watch all those pieces and tell me what you see, or what do you see, Sadie? Because this is out of his base and a weird choice of words. If I were talking to law enforcement, I would start searching the water around this place. That's a weird choice of words. Maybe he says it all the time.
Everything's been searched that we can really dive into at this time.
My little suspicious brain is going, something's up here.
Okay, I'm going to pause this right here. I'll be right back. I got a phone call.
Embedded confessions look just like that.
Wow. When
and I was drifting in and out of in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep, and they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them, and they happen to just get out that sliding door and we can't hear it when it opens, and they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time, and the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call.
Okay, have y'all heard this interview before? I've heard it a couple of times. I don't know. It just sounds odd to me. It's just very odd. I just had an instinct to call 911. Most cases that I have seen, and I haven't been doing this that long, But most of the time, the first thing they do, and a lot of people are criticized for this, that the first thing they do is not call. The first thing they do is they run around the house looking, then they run around outside screaming and up and down the roads, looking and everywhere, looking before they call. And some people criticize them for not calling sooner, but am I understanding correctly that she's still in the house? She hasn't even gone outside looking yet, and she's already called? That just to me is weird. Is that weird to you? Is it just me? All right, let's see what I'm very interested in what Greg says here.
They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids.
Yeah, you know my first observations, just very first things. And remember, this is the first time I've seen her. Up talk, up talk, up talk when she's talking about the kids. Down talk, down talk, down talk when she's talking about what other people have said to her. That's a baseline deviation, because if other people have said something and you're saying, they told me, they told me, they told me, why would you say the kids are good? They would go outside. The other question that comes to mind for me immediately, and this is without body language, if you know they go outside because you tell them not to, why don't you fix that problem? I would want to go see the door and say, how'd they get out? Because, I block my own sliding door with some kind of apparatus so somebody can't open it, much less if children are in there so people can come in. Forget the children going out. Why wouldn't you have a lock of some kind so nobody can come in? So there's a ton of questions from a logic point of view. But that up talk, she appears to have grief in her brow.
I'm going to stop for a minute because I want to address the issue with the door. And again, if you're from the country and if you've seen the overhead view of where they lived, they were very out in the country. And that sliding glass door went into a fenced-in backyard, which was next to the little RV trailer thing that the grandmother, Daniel's mom, and maybe brother, maybe not, still up for question, she lived right there. So if I was in that situation, I may have blocked the door to keep the kids from going out, but I probably would not have been concerned about people coming in, since you've got a fenced-in backyard and your family member right there at the other side of the yard. It's not like it's open in a neighborhood. So I can see why it wouldn't have been a big deal for them. I can see that. But if the kids were sneaking out and you knew that, then yeah, I do think that might be an issue. I would probably have done something to keep the kids from getting out. But then again, you got to think, and I think they're trying to downplay it, but I'm thinking, just my opinion here, I'm thinking that they probably didn't really have a problem with the kids getting up and going out in the backyard to play, because it was fenced in. They had their toy and play areas out there. Grandmother at the end of the yard in the little trailer. They probably felt that it was a safe place where the kids could go out, be out of their way. They could sleep in a little bit. I can see that happening. I can. But that's just my opinion. But they are really trying to downplay that, because I think they probably have gotten a lot of backlash about the door. All right, let's go back.
But she's also in the sun, which is tough. I mean, when a person's in the sun, they may do that. I do it a lot because I'm very pale skinned and blue eyed. So in the sun, I'm doing that all the time. So it's really tough to know, is the person squinting or showing grief? I don't see, there were a couple other things in there too. We played a fairly long clip. What about you, Sadie? Because you watched it.
Well, I noticed that she doesn't start with, the way that she starts the story is at the very beginning of the day, as opposed to when you come out of the room and you see that your children are gone. I feel like that would be the most important thing to highlight.
Yeah. I think that's a good call. Sometimes if it's been a while, then then it may take a while, and you may go back and answer questions because people have poked and prodded you. Like
This
guys I've interrogated, they almost start always back at the beginning of the story if you give them a chance.
Okay. This interview, for context, was the day after. So they
Oh
left
yeah,
on the Friday,
agreed.
and this is on the Saturday.
Feels like a setup. Feels like a setup then. Yep. If they're
Yes.
saying, oh, early in the morning we heard them, and then we, of course, remember Cleo Smith, the little
Yeah.
girl. They said the same thing. Remember
Yeah.
they said we could hear her in the room next to us, and then we couldn't hear her.
Mhm.
So sometimes people do feel guilty, and will tell you more details.
Mm.
She's at least less right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, as far as we've watched, she's at least less concerning for me than the guy.
Really?
Big word pattern disruption makes me want to. And look, it can be nothing,
Yeah.
but he would get undivided attention if I were in the room with him over that.
Wow. I'm kind of surprised because I've actually been opposite. For me, I thought her behavior seemed more concerning. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So we're gonna try. Like I said, I'm gonna try to skip through some because I don't want to play all her show here and get in trouble. Personal insights, developments, behavioral. Let's see what he says about suspicious behavior.
If I were poking and prodding and asking questions, I would try to baseline him pretty quickly. But he's not really even accessing after the emotional part. He's just looking at you and saying, and they were red and blue, and yeah, because he knows what they were wearing. Likely,
Yeah.
he's not having to remember. If you, almost every one of these people, the McCanns, anybody else, when you ask them what their kid was wearing, they have to remember.
Right.
That's why you usually know they're not. This is an odd one. This is another red flag.
I urge the public to come out if you have anything, come out as fast as possible and get it to any detachment or any police service that you have available to get to talk to. And Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, anything like that. And Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack, bugs. They're like best friends.
This kid's on my radar.
He said loved in past
Yeah,
tense there.
But even better,
Yeah. Yes.
that's not. There's
Oh, come on. Okay, I gotta say, it bothers me for them to make fun of his grief. Because you don't know. I mean, we don't know. He may be perfectly innocent and really is struggling not to break down right here. So please, come on, guys. Don't make fun of that.
no emotion, no tears, no anything else. There's some contempt
Yeah.
or disgust. I can't tell which. You'd have to go
Right.
back and watch it. But early in, he's going to go to whatever police.
Any detachment or any police service that you have available.
And
Yeah.
again, he's
Both of
squinting. The
his
sun's
either
in his
some contempt
eyes.
Or, it's an exposing of canines, one or the other.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which, but if you go back, you can freeze it and find it.
Yes.
There's a whole lot of mismatched signaling coming from this guy.
Wow.
Looking you dead in the eyes when he's trying to access, and then the fake cry, and I mean,
Yes.
just a whole lot. And then, loved. Yeah.
Yes. I noticed.
Maybe I missed
as
it.
soon as
It
he
It just
broke
didn't
away,
seem fake
he
to me.
immediately checked to see if his story was being bought. He was like,
Yep. Confirming glance. Yep.
Oh, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just naive about this, but it didn't feel fake to me when I first watched it. But I felt some kind of way that the mom did not, at least, seem to be breaking down.
Yeah.
It was almost like Phantom of the Opera or something.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that I had to show you because, yeah, that's just it's
Well,
something.
He's red flag boy for sure.
Yeah.
And now remember, let's talk about dynamics of relationship.
Right.
It's entirely possible that something happened that she was not part of
Right.
and that she was suspicious of but party to and guilty feelings for. And it's
Yeah.
entirely possible they just feel guilty from the people being gone. But this guy has a ton of red flags
Yeah.
in my taste, and yours too.
But then again, okay, well, a lot of people are kind of doing this side, that side. But then again, they were both there. They were both there that night, that morning. I don't see how if one of them did something, the other one wouldn't know. I mean, would you? That's what problem I have. I'm thinking as either both innocent, both guilty. It's hard for me to say one or the other because either way, they were both in that house with those kids before they went missing. So let's see what some of their final thoughts are to wrap this section up.
They double speed a lot of times, and they go,
Yeah.
I see body language. I can tell you something's going on here. I won't even try to analyze it altogether. First pass, I just go, boom, it's double speed. I clip because there's a message, there's a story they're trying to tell or hide,
Yeah.
and I put that in a box. You've seen my program files. Sometimes those are 47 clips that have been cut to 6.
Oh my gosh.
And I picked the top 6 in terms of what's content and how stressful it is. And then I don't really pay attention. I don't ever go back and look until the day before we're doing the show. And then
Okay, so he's not really giving final thoughts on this case. Okay, all right. Let's go back and see if there's any other cases that need an update. Cluminati is live. Oh, let's see. That's me. All right. I'm going to have, there's a whole lot of shows I need to watch to catch up on. Those were the main ones I've been, and I don't think there's anything, the sheriff has not gone back to, I don't think there's been anything else in that. I need to check with Hillbilly Crime and see if there's anything else going on, but not that I know of. So I am going to pop that out here. All right, well I guess I will jump off of here. I just wanted to pop on, wait until lunchtime to say hey to you guys and let you know about, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do Saturday about the missing persons prayer vigil. I'm not really sure. I might just come live and just try to do it off the cuff. But I want it. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. Okay, sorry. But I'm going to get off here because I'm still really tired. But I will catch up to you guys later. And let me find my outro and catch you guys